Back with another episode of yes, you heard it here first, man. This is a podcast about nothing with your boy Corey Ochai, and we're back with another episode, another morning rant. I would say rant. You know what I mean? I'm talking about things that I truly believe in, things that things that touch my spirit, man. Shout out to Jake from State Farm. I wanted to start off there for inspiring this beautiful fit that I have on. I would stand up, and I don't want to embarrass myself too much, man. It is probably the blandest combination of threads that ever existed to man, which is hilarious to me. But before we do get started, I want to say, and we're gonna touch on that. But before we do go further, I want you to just sit back, relax, put on your seatbelt, put your helmet on if you need one, and enjoy this ride. I'll be right with you. Got to get some other things in order to make sure everybody can actually see the stream. So it'll just take a few moments. I'll be right along with you. Just listen to the music, the elevator music, and just chillax. Okay, we are back, baby. We are back. And now we can get this thing started, man. I don't know why Facebook does that. Every time you post a stream or something of that nature, they always take it off of public and just share it out to your friends. And I'm trying to do something that's going out to the world. To the world, Craig. To the world. And it ain't Friday and I ain't stealing boxes, but it is, I believe, a Tuesday. Man, this week has been going crazy. It's Tuesday. And like I said, I wanted to start this off by first saying shout out to Jake from State Farm. And people are like, what do you mean? Why do you want to shout out Jake? Well, this fit that I have on right now, blue shirt, khakis. If Mark Jacobs came out with a line for the Mormons, this would be his signature piece. I am dressed like a certified lame. For sure. These threads have as much swagger as a cactus. You know what I'm saying? But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. You know when I knew I had a problem? Back in the day, man, I used to get dressed down. I used to put it on, is what they say, man. You know what I mean? I had nothing but, and this is going to date me, but I'm talking about, maybe FUBU days. I'm talking about maybe, what Tommy Hilfiger was popping, polo down to the head to the socks, man. I worried about that stuff. I wouldn't come outside if I didn't have some threads that was up to par, because back where I'm from, if you ain't got it on, they gonna get on you. That's how it worked. You couldn't go to school with, and I hate these things, those Crocs. Man, if you would have came into my school with those Crocs on, the school I went to, you would have left with no shoes on because you would have threw them away by the end of the day. Those are the most hideous things that I've ever seen in my life. And I don't care how much swag I lose as my age continues to go forward. I will never be caught dead in those. And if you are wearing them, shame on you, especially if you were born in the 90s. It's a horrible, horrible selection. But speaking of horrible selections, I got dressed this morning. I looked in the mirror. And the only thing that came to my mind was Jake from State Farm and his fit, and how uncool it was. And I said, "Oh, that's kind of dope." I really caught myself looking at that outfit, like, "Yo, that's kind of fly. Why does that look fly to me?" You know why? Because he's not showing off. He doesn't care what you think. That's a uniform. And as I get older, I don't own any Louis Vuitton. I don't own any Gucci. Say what you will. It's just not for me, man. I don't put it on for the world. I put it on for me. you know. And that's just what it is, and I'm okay with it. I knew I stopped caring about all of that shit when it comes down to like Louis and stuff. When this is how I knew that I have no fashion sense in this new world. I went shopping with my kids. I went shopping with my kids, and I made the mistake to let my daughter come with me when I went into the aisle to go pick out like a fit. And everything I wanted to choose, and I looked at her face. I was looking at her for permission. You know, hey babe, this I'm about to get this. What do you think of this? And she's too nice to say, Daddy, that ain't it. But her face, she can't control the emotions in her face. I can see it in her face. Like, if you wear that, I will not I will not talk to you. It's kind of the feeling I got. And so I would go on to the next one. It got to the point where I just told her to pick something out for me. You know? And at that moment I realized I'm old as shit. I realized that I'm out of the loop. And the best part about that whole situation is I didn't care to be in it. And I didn't have that pressure like I had when I was younger. Oh, I gotta put it on. I gotta make sure no one sees me without these Jordans on. My shoes gotta be, clean. If they get a crease, I'm throwing them in the trash. Nah, I'm good. I got bills to pay. You know what they say. If you wanna see all the money that you left on the table, that you spent incorrectly, if you really want to see where it's at, look in your closet. Look in your closet. If you go in your closet and you see 6, 7 outfits still with the tag on it, look at the price tag. And when you are short $300 or $400 to purchase something, remember that. Remember that. As I get older, I realize my style, my aesthetic becomes more, I'm gonna say lame because I can't think of a better word, but it becomes more monotone. I don't really care about the bright colors. I don't really care about the logo, because what does that do for me? Nothing. Nothing. If someone's gonna like me or dislike me because of what I got on, man, they can kick rocks, man. They can kick rocks. I don't need you in my life. I truly think when it comes down to it, people talk about fashion. They talk about and Kanye West supposed to be this fashionable guy. I feel like for real, every homeless man on the street should have a lawsuit with Yeezy because he has literally stole their style. Truthfully, it doesn't. I feel like the new cool is uncool. And I'm actually cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to, I love the fact that these days, when it comes to us in our older ages, we don't want the logos. Why do I want to wear a logo of an old, rich, white guy who doesn't care anything about my ethnicity and my community? And you want me to wear you on my shirt and be proud about that? To me, it kind of reminds me of back in the day when they would brand actual slaves. Like that's what it feels like to me. I'm not wearing that. Y'all can kick rocks. Yeah, I'm gonna talk that talk today. I'm gonna talk that talk, man. So if y'all ain't ready for it, it's your problem, not mine. But it's happening. And say something in the comments, man. This is a conversation that I'm allowing everyone in. And if you want to be here, I appreciate you. If this ain't your cup of tea, I also appreciate you. You know what you like. And that's why we're doing this stream today. That's why I shout out to Jake from State Farm because, he doesn't care what you think about his fit. Yeah, it's the weirdest, it's the wildest, it's probably the worst fit you'll ever see. It's if you were to go to a Mormon's boutique, it'd be the #1 top seller outfit. You know what I'm saying? The guys that knock on your door with a Bible in their hand, this is their uniform. And that's what I mean. Your dress, the things you put on is your uniform. It may be how you express yourself. If this is how you live your life, cool. That's cool with me. That's fine because that's your business. But me personally, I I've just outgrown the stage where I need to show it to everyone else. You know, that has been the root of all my problems, trying to not maybe impress the world. What I'm trying to do in the stage that I'm at now is like I want to impress myself. I'm not trying to satisfy or appease anybody in this world anymore. I'm trying to appease myself. So if you don't like me because I don't wear, because I ain't got, if you feel I'm lame because I ain't got Jordans or I ain't got a Louis on or I ain't got Gucci, good. Stay away from me. Leave me alone. Because you ain't my tribe. And I'm fine with that. And that feeling, that sense, that ability for me to be okay with saying that statement and truly meaning it with everything in me is growth for me. Because it used to not be like that. It used to be I would have anxiety because I don't want you to focus on who's on the inside. It was the outside that really I wanted to tell the story of who I am. But that was when I was young. I'm older now. And I realized when I looked in my closet back in those days, how much money I left laying on the table when I was trying to go for my dream and I didn't have the funds. It made me realize where I was putting my capital. I was putting it in things that I would wear once and then throw it to the side. That's a bad investment to me because everything I look at now is an investment. So I think of people like Steve Jobs. I think of people like Warren Buffett. You know, you look at these guys, these people that have massive wealth, right? Yo, they are dressed in the lamest fit that you will ever see. They don't even want you to notice them. And I really thought about that. Why is that? And to me, it is, I don't need another target on my back. You know, a lot of times when it comes down to it, if you showing, you flossing, people are seeing. And it's already enough work to go for your dream, to run a business. I don't need you to target, I don't need the other things that are unnecessary. When I wake up in the morning, I don't need to spend an hour trying to figure out what goes with what and what people are going to think because this doesn't match. That just ain't for me. It may be for other people, but for me, I just want to get dressed and get in the office, get in the space and get to work. The less I can think of something, the better, the more I can use that energy for something that's actually valuable, something that actually is going to make a difference in my situation. Maybe not yours, but in mine. You know, I don't work at, I don't even know what the places is called, Norman's or whatever these boutiques are called. I don't work there. I don't care about that. I'm not here to impress anybody but the man in the mirror. So you can keep your Louis, you can keep your Gucci, and respect to you for if that's your thing, respect to you. But respectfully, for me, it's just a waste of money. Like I can go to TJ Maxx and make a fit look like a million. Look, I'm gonna talk about a documentary about a pimp. There's a pimp named Iceberg Slim that wrote a book called Pimp, right? And one of his favorite sayings, we're gonna talk pimping now, but one of his favorite sayings, and one of the sayings that I heard from his mouth that really resonated with me, and I heard Snoop say, and a lot of other people is, it's in you, it ain't on you. You know, when you think of a pimp or something of that nature from back in the day, you would see those wild outfits, right? You would see them wearing these uniforms, these costumes that, truthfully, were hideous. But you think about it, what is a costume? Right? What is a costume? A costume is a disguise. It is for someone to think of you as something that you're pretending to be. Like Halloween, right? A costume. You're pretending to be this thing, so you dress as if you dress like that person dresses. That's a disguise. I don't care what you perceive me as if you're not using the data from my actions. If you're using the data from my aesthetic, which can give you certain information, but it'll give you the broth, not the meat and the potatoes. You know what I'm saying? So, stay conscious of that. Be aware of that. This is the first stream of the day. I'm probably going to come back at you a little later, but that was on my spirit, man. That was on my spirit. I'm okay being the lame, man. If that's what your definition of lame is, you know, I'm okay with that. And you should be too. You should be too. I had a conversation with some gentlemen outside of the coffee shop yesterday. And shout out to Red Hawk. Let's shout out the greatest coffee in this side of the country, Red Hawk Coffee Roasters. They don't sponsor me yet, but believe me, they make a difference in my life every morning. And I would love to be sponsored by you, Mary, Brayton, Mike, Caleb. I know them all. I know all the baristas. It's actually a horrible thing and a great thing at the same time. Those are my guys. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about. I forgot where I was going. If you guys are watching, where was I at? I done lost my train of thought drinking this beautiful, beautiful coffee. Oh, that's where I was at. The coffee shop story. So I was talking to some guys yesterday at the coffee shop about nerding. Like, what's a nerd? What's your definition of a nerd? And why do we perceive it as a bad thing? When you think of nerds from back in the day, or who we would call nerds, you would think of the glasses, we would think of the khakis, we would think of the flannel shirts. And they never would adopt the idea of what was popular. They would stay in their lane. They knew who they were, they knew what they wore, and they didn't care what you thought. But because of their confidence, not their ignorance of what popular is, we would call them nerds. We would pick on them. Because if you think about it, it's because we were insecure and they knew who they were. They were secure with who they were, but we were not. I want to be a nerd. That's what I'm getting to. I want to be a nerd, man. I don't want to be the popular kid. I want to be Mr. Unpopular. I'm fine with that. I'm okay with that. That's what I want to be. Hey, what's going on, Rob? I see you watching. How you doing, Miss Colleen? I see you on here as well. But that was the point of this whole stream. You can call it a rant. You can call it whatever you want. We're going to call it authenticity. The reason this stream exists is for me to be comfortable, for me to grow in my authenticity. I think the more I can actually reveal from my actual thoughts to the public without any concern of how you're perceiving it, speaking from an honest place, will help me not just here, but it will help me in the actual situation, like actual reality, not just this virtual aspect of reality. This is actually exercise. This is me hitting the gym. This is me putting my thoughts together with people watching and not caring because it's truly in me. And I don't think you can't change something by just doing it for one thing. My uniform, my aesthetic, the things I choose to put on are a representation of me. Maybe I don't care about wearing the latest brands of clothing because who I am as a person is not trying to keep up with the Joneses. I'm trying to keep up with Corey Ochai, me. I'm trying to outdo myself from yesterday, and guess what? Yesterday I did quite a lot, and that's my biggest fight. That's my biggest struggle, and that is where I'm putting my energy. Yeah, it's like that. And that is also where my concerns lie. So I guess what I wear is a truest, not just a true version of who I am as a person, but where I am at now. You know, my clothes don't represent the latest fashion because my mind's not thinking about the latest fashion. My mind is thinking how much less I can think about what I'm putting on and how much more I can think about the actual thing I'm doing. Now, I'm not saying go outside, wake up, just go outside, don't take care of yourself. I'm not telling you to do that. Don't go outside in your drawers and your moo-moos on. This is not that. This is not what I'm trying to inform you to do. What I'm saying is it should matter to you when you're thinking about what you're putting on, not anyone else. If you bring someone else into that conversation, into that that decision in the morning, maybe it's time to adjust how you think about it. You know? Yeah, if you're out there and you're looking for someone to date, maybe you want to put something nice on. You want to present yourself in a certain way. I mean, I think that's beautiful because you're targeting. You have a target audience. It's for a particular person. But I would rather date someone. If I was still in the field, I'd rather date someone that knows what I look like on the day to day instead of just a moment. Because in my mind, excellence is a habit, not an act. So if you put something on for 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 one moment, to me it's not truly who you are. You're dressing for the moment. I tend to not do that, but if that's what you do, that's cool. And I do have moments where, yeah, if I go to a funeral, I'm not wearing Timberland boots and overalls. That's not happening. I'm dressing for the occasion. I understand there is different layers to this, but on my day to day, I prefer to wear my day to day every day. you know. So that's my little rant. That's my little rant on that. And I hope you gathered some type of information from that. I hope that was a little bit helpful for you. And if it was, give me a thumbs up. If you want to say hello in the chat. I'm learning how to actually check your comments out. A lot of people have been telling me, oh, I'm trying to leave a comment, but you didn't respond. I wasn't able to see them because, I'm so new to this streaming thing. But I think I figured it out. So if you want to leave a comment and help me test this out, I can see, I can see, I can see where you're at. And we can converse, man. Hey guys, let me know. Do you care if your spouse owns Louis Vuitton or Gucci? Is that important to you? If you met the person of your dreams and their whole fit was from Walmart, would that deter you from continuing to approach this person and maybe engage in a relationship that could be your person? Think about that. If Jake from State Farm, oh, I'm looking at the wrong camera. I'm looking at the wrong camera. If Jake from State Farm was the love of your life, ladies, if he was everything you ever wanted in a man, if you met him and he checked off every single box, but every day he would wear a red shirt like I'm wearing. This outfit was actually inspired from Jake from State Farm. It is lame as lame can be. It is threads that have the swagger of a cactus. But if he had khakis on and a red shirt and he wore that every single day, but everything you ever wanted in a man, he was that, would that deter you from dating him? Would you care? Think about that. And guys, what if you found the woman of your dreams? because this is also for you too. Don't think I'm just. Hey, what's up, Josh? I see you on here, man. How you doing, family? Say hello to my best friend in my childhood. Appreciate you, bro. Always, man. Thank you for the support. Thank you for leaving the comment. But yeah, man, ladies, if that was the case, if that was the thing, if you didn't date a man who checked off every box because of his fit, you wouldn't date him because of what he's wearing, you're looking at the wrong thing. That man shouldn't date you. And same with you fellas. Same with you. If you can't, if you found the girl of your dreams, the person that makes you whole, and you choose not to engage in the relationship because of her fit, yo, I hope she finds the best man for her, because you obviously ain't it. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm talking about. That's the mindset that I'm in. You know, if you judge me for what I wear and not who I am, kind of saying, you know, I want to say F you. For real, for real. I can't, I'm trying to keep it clean because I know my kids sometimes hop, not my kids, but I got family members. I'm a council member. I got to realize what I post goes out to the world. So I'm trying to keep it clean. That's authentically I'm being truthful with you, being clear. But that's where we at, man. Hey, let me ask you guys in the chat as well. Do you own any Louis Vuitton? And if you do, how much do you wear it? You know, that $400 shirt, those $500 pair of jeans. How many wears did you get out of that? I see people leaving out of the chat. I think I might have struck a chord in some people. But no, I'm really being serious, right? Like, this is a real thing, because I look at everything as an investment, even my fit, my outfits, my clothes. You know, can I wear them in different situations? Are they interchangeable, right? I don't make purchases anymore starting a business. I make investments in everything that I tend to need or want. You know, how much use can I get out of it? And I think that came with age, and that may be, maybe I'm coming up with an excuse of being swagless. Maybe that's what it is. That could be possibility. I'm open for that discussion. But for me, it really comes down to, is it feasible? I have so many mouths to feed. I have so many responsibilities. I don't have the bandwidth to even think about walking in Louis Vuitton or Gucci or Saint Laurent, whatever that is, and looking at the tag. I can invest that money. I could put that into a business. I can turn that 400 into 4,000. You know what I mean? Or I can buy that outfit. I can buy that shirt. I can wear it 2 or 3 times. And if I don't take it to the cleaners, because it does take, see, now it becomes a liability instead of an asset, because I may need to take it to the cleaners instead of throwing it in the washer to keep it up to par. So now it's not just the first initial cost, it's the continuous cost of keeping it up to par. And I only may wear it 4 or 5 times in a year. Yeah, y'all can keep that. Y'all can keep that. I'm not even going to think farther along, because that's how my mind works. You know, I'm okay being swagless. I'm okay being the lame, because my mind's on the game, bro. That's where I'm at. Josh, man, you still on here? Who's all on here? If you're on here, say hello. Leave a comment. Like I said, I just learned how to work out the comment section. It's really cool to see everybody interact with this conversation. Let me put the actual description right here in the comment section so you guys get a sense of what this is about. And I'm sending it now. It should be going out to all of you. In a world, let me see, what does it say? Okay, in a world obsessed with being cool, I'm here to redefine what it means to be confident. Join me as I lean into my lameness, proving that you don't need to be the coolest person in the room to own, what was the rest of that? think I might have messed up. Yeah. You don't need to be the coolest person in the room to own your space, is what I wrote. Let's celebrate the beauty of being unapologetically cool, uncool. You know? Put it on it like I said, what was it? Iceberg Slim said, it's in you, it ain't on you. It's in you, it ain't on you. And that came from a pimp. That came from the most ridiculous outfit selection known to man's existence. People that used to wear high heels with fish in their shoes, you know, and walk with a limp. You know what I'm saying? And they would take your woman. How is that possible? How can a man look like a clown and take your woman? Think about that. No, we here. No, let's talk about it. That's a real conversation. A man dressed as a clown. Think about it. No, just give me a second. Give me a second. I'm gonna get this thought together. A man dressed as a clown walks up to your wife. Walks up to your wife, talks with her, gives her this slick, communication, and then he leaves with her, and you never see her again. Is that possible? How is that possible? A man dressed as a clown could take your wife. Because it's in you. It's not on you. He may be 100% sound when it comes to who he is as a person. His confidence is exuded through his clown outfit. Think about that. He's so confident in what he's saying that you don't even look at what he's wearing. You're listening to what he's talking, of what is actually coming out of his mouth. There's a reason why they can dress that way and still be able to acquire the thing they need from someone else. Because if you were to look at their fit and judge them just on their fit, you would just laugh. But when they're dropping them words in your ear, they're connecting the dots in your brain, making you think something that's not okay is okay because the way they say it to you. It's what they say, it's how they say it, it's how they exude their confidence. It's not in them, it's not on them, it's in them. They're talking that talk to you. And that's how a clown takes your wife. Think about that. That's an interesting way to think about this. Well, guys, I've been on there for 32 minutes. I talked enough. We're starting to get more engagement. I want to thank anybody that was on here. And once again, you guys are watching. You're watching the podcast About Nothing with your boy, Corey Ochai. This is a podcast or a stream. I keep saying podcast, but it's kind of a streamcast, right? Like, I guess that's the new wave. About nothing, where we talk about anything because your thing, that what is nothing to you is something to someone. And it may somehow make them become a better person tomorrow than they are today from that information. Communication is the common denominator, man. The common denominator between any problem. It is communicating. It's communicating with your team, communicating with your spouse, communicating with yourself. It is in every problem as we're trying to find the words to explain how we feel. To say I have the answers for you, I don't. To say I have a good idea of maybe what direction you can navigate to find your solution, you may be able to find that here. But I don't have the answers for you. I don't. I have the way that I think, which may not work for you. But I am willing to talk myself through a situation and hopefully be able to, hey, good morning. Hey, what's up with you, Ali? How you doing, brother? I see you on here. And maybe, possibly, be able to help you find your peace in that conversation you're having with yourself or whatever. I really do believe 90% of solving any problem It's finding the words to explain what it actually is and how you actually feel. And then the hard part comes, the 10%. That's the actions using the information you gathered, connecting those dots. One without the other is just, it's pain you're going to deal with if you can't put them both together. So, the idea of having these conversations where we can converse, or we can at least go through the thoughts together. You may be able to collect something from this. You may be able to say, oh, that is a good avenue to travel down to get to the destination that I'm looking for. I hope. That's the goal. That's the goal. We're going to add value somehow with this in the world. And thank everyone. Ali, it's always a pleasure to see you. If you are not following the House of Wax, you see him in the comments section on Facebook, click on that and press follow. They're doing some amazing things out here in this world. I actually have a sit down with him that I'll be putting out soon. Still editing that, Ali. But there's a few people that I met in my life who are doing things that inspire me, and they widen my vision of what's actually possible. Their actions and what they're doing in their life at the time in their life is saying, oh, that's actually possible. It's people like that you want to surround yourself with, and that's the type of person Ali and the House of Wax are. If you want to see what's possible to do in a community, you want to do something in your community, but you don't know what to do. A lot of times you got to go find what's being done. And if you want to see what's being done out here positively that'll affect the community in a grand way, that can inspire the imaginations of the youth, the people that are going to be actually running this world in a little bit of time, because they're the ones we should be focusing on. We should be better to give them a better platform. Follow the House of Wax. See what those guys are doing, man. You never click on their page and see something that doesn't make the world a better place, doesn't make the community a better space for you to grow. And give yourself grace if you don't know, but now it's your responsibility to actually look it up and go on there and check it out. Hello. Thinking about, what am I thinking about now? Next move is I got to get to work. But before I do that, I want to say thank you guys for watching. The engagement is starting to go up, which I'm really happy about, actually seeing this community grow. I do stream for those that came on for the first time, for those that will be watching this later. I try to stream twice a day. They say if you're not working on what you do 2 hours a day, you're not working. So my goal is to make sure I get it takes about a half an hour to prep this up, half an hour to shoot, and I try to do that twice a day. Forget trying, I'm doing that twice a day. And so you'll see me again. So follow the channel, go out there, do something beautiful. The world's counting on you. They're counting on your dopeness. I don't care if you're lame. Your lame is the game. Your lame is actually where people is trying to target. That's what they want to be. It's called authenticity. It's not lame. You just know who you are and you're okay with it. Remember that. Have a grand day. This is a podcast. You hear me? This is a podcast about nothing. And it's your boy Corey Ochai. I am now out.